All right, we're 9 days in. Um, that's crazy. Like 9 days already. It doesn't really feel like it. I was down about 1.5 pounds this morning. Here's my check-in from the gym. I actually didn't really feel too happy about it. Not like I'm expecting a dramatic change from yesterday to today, but I felt like I was a little bit bloated. Probably overdid it on salt yesterday. Um, I don't really track my sodium. I just try to kind of be mindful and use less, uh, as I'm cooking. But I don't really keep track of exactly how much less is. Maybe I should. Um, so today I woke up and I was just sore. Like my whole body was sore. So I stretched out real good. I did a very light leg day. Usually Mondays are my off days, so tomorrow would be my off day. I'm kicking it to Tuesday this week because we have stuff we need to do Tuesday, and I need to be kind of well rested and all that. So I'm gonna kick my off day to Tuesday, and then so tomorrow I'll just do a light workout again. Probably a lot of stretching, a lot of mobility. Obviously, I'm gonna keep doing my cardio. I'm gonna control the diet, of course, and we'll see how it goes. One thing that is really difficult when you're trying to do a cut, when you're trying to stay fit. There's days where you just wake up sore and hurting, and whatever you did the day before. If you worked hard physical labor, if your workout was just extra hard the day before, those sort of things. Some of it, like there's some of that soreness when you stretch and you do your mobility before your workout, it just goes away. But if it kind of nags you, that's kind of an indication that maybe you need to take a day off. And that's why today I just did real light stuff. Tomorrow I'm going to do kind of the same thing, just kind of going through movements, not pushing all that hard, and then I'll take a full off day on Tuesday, kind of come back hopefully a little bit recovered on Wednesday. So we'll kind of see about that. I feel like the progress has been okay. And nothing too crazy. I don't want to lose weight too fast. I need it to be fat, not muscle. And so like kind of just like checking in today is more like checking in from the mental side, where you like tugging at the bit, really wanting something to happen, It's easy to get to the point where you're like, you don't see the dramatic results in the first couple of weeks, and so you kind of just give up. That's kind of the spot where most people fall off, like the first 2 to 4 weeks. You start being like, okay, when is this actually going to happen? Like, I was lucky because I was able to see a decent difference from day 1 to today's day 9, but day 1 to day 7. I could actually tell a decent difference in how I looked, and I was happy with that. Obviously, there's a long way to go. I wouldn't say I'm lean yet. I need to, cut off another 10 pounds of fat or so before I can call myself lean. But being able to see a difference just from the get-go is really, like, mentally, it's so helpful. A lot of people don't get that. I got it, but now, like, between like day 5 and now, I don't feel like there's too much of a difference. But again, like, you can't expect that. Like, I understand that what I'm saying is crazy. I do. I'm just saying, like, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Like, it's really hard. You're like, I just want to do it. Let's just do it. And it doesn't work like that. You got to have patience and kind of just like push yourself over a long period of time. You can't lose 10 pounds. Well, you could lose 10 pounds in a day. Probably not recommended. Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, just kind of the motivational side of things. That's why, like, I'm looking back at day 1, I'm looking back at a year ago, I'm like, okay, I've come a little bit of a distance. One thing you can do if you feel like it's, you're trying to cut off fat and you've been eating too much, your body adapts to how much you eat, and it'll tell you you're hungry based on how much you've been eating, not necessarily based on what it needs. So like people that are really, really fat, a lot of the time they will eat because they're bored. I eat because I'm bored, shoot. But people that are really fat, they still feel the hunger urge far more often than we do, and that's because of a response that your body has. When you eat, you produce, or when you're hungry, your body produces ghrelin that tells you it's time to eat, it's time to eat, it's time to eat. Well, ghrelin is tricky because the more fat you have, the more ghrelin you produce, and the more ghrelin you produce, the hungrier you get. The hungrier you get, the more you eat, and so on. So it's really, really easy to overeat. The bigger you are, the harder it is to say no to the ghrelin. That's not an excuse, but it is a reason. And so people that are really, really overweight, like, it is harder for them to stay, dialed in. I've never been like overweight to that kind of extent, especially with body fat. Probably the most body fat I've ever had was probably like 25. And I felt so fat then. That was last May. Ugh. I'll show that picture at the end of all of this. But it literally is harder for people who are heavier, just to avoid that hungry feeling. That's why those GLP-1s are so effective. Things like Ozempic, they truly are effective. Now, they are really, really bad for your kidneys. They've been linked to this eye rot condition. I don't know what exactly it's called. It's like wet rot or retinacular rot. I don't remember, but basically the back, the wet, basically viscera in your eye, it just kind of starts breaking down due to Ozempic. That's scary. Aqueous humor, that's what it's called. The aqueous humor in the back of your eye, it breaks down, and your eye basically rots from the inside out. That's wild. I am not a fan of GLP-1s. I think too many people use them. You can do anything with consistent exercise, but at a certain point, if you're 600 pounds, it's kind of a big deal. But that's really really about it. I just want to talk about like temptations, and if you can't tell, I've been hungry for a little while now. I'm staying a little bit hungry all day, every day, and I'm thinking about food, and I'm thinking about how hard it is. So with that, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to do an early morning workout again, and I'll check in with you then. Bye.